Hi guys, today I'm going to talk about something that I've been doing for many years, namely introspection. Trying to understand yourself by thinking about yourself. But most importantly, I'd like to talk about how futile this can become. But let's start from the beginning. I think that understanding yourself is extremely important because it protects you from making decisions that will make you unhappy and cynical. Have you ever had this feeling that what you do in life isn't really aligned with who you really are? Have you ever wondered if you'd be happier if you chose a different path in life? A path that you were kind of meant to be walking rather than the path that you ended up walking? In those moments of doubt, you look at yourself, you look at your strengths, you look at your past, and you try to figure out the truth. You try to understand yourself. You do introspection. The question now is, can you figure out the truth about yourself in this way? Is introspection effective? I'll tell you a little story. When I was younger, I wanted to become a writer. But I made a lot of pragmatic choices in my life, and I ended up doing something completely different, as you know. But what was the result of that? Throughout many years, I've been struggling with the whispers of my inner self, something telling me, hey, you shouldn't be writing code, you should be writing novels, this is who you are. And that voice was very tormenting and hard to ignore, because it made me think constantly, should I spend my free time on writing now, or should I spend my free time on programming? Should I do this or should I do that? Am I on the right path or not? Am I wasting my life or not? How I unsuccessfully tried to tackle this dilemma was looking at my past and trying to remember how it felt to write novels. And also I was looking at the future, trying to imagine how it would be to lead that bohemian lifestyle. And when I was imagining it, living in this way, it felt so true. Yet no amount of thinking could make me certain that this is who I am and this is what I should do. I've reached limits to introspection. And then I finally realized that the only way to stop this inner turmoil was to throw myself right into the experience of being a writer. So I stopped working on my tech side projects. I set up a blog. I bought a couple of books on creative writing. I just gave myself that green light. This is you now. And only by giving myself that green light, I was able to realize that the whispers, the continuous whispers that were telling me, hey, maybe you should become a writer, were just a shadow from my past. Because the moment I started writing, I felt awful about incurring the opportunity cost of my side tech projects. I didn't want to give up on technology, and it felt unnatural to do it. So it suddenly became very clear to me that I value financial independence more than I value the pure act of writing. Now, the point I'm trying to make with this story is that introspection has a limit. It cannot be extrapolated beyond the experiences that you've already had. Or, in other words, you cannot understand yourself by thinking about yourself. You cannot imagine how you'd feel in certain situations, how you'd behave in certain situations. Well, you might think you can, but your imagination can be very inaccurate and it can be marred with your experiences from the past. But the value of your experiences decays over time, and this is because we evolve to be different over time. So what you experienced 10 years ago might not give you a very good piece of information about yourself, not as good as something that happened a month ago, for example. So the recency of your experiences is very important for the introspection. So what can we do to really understand ourselves? What we can do is to go out and test our behavior in the external environment. Expose yourself to as many external stimuli as possible to gather the very accurate data on how you'd behave in various situations. Only in this way you can truly understand yourself. So if you want to be happy, stop thinking and start taking action. Thank you for staying until the end, and I hope that this video was useful. If it was, then please don't forget to leave a like, and I will see you next Thursday, because that's when I upload my weekly videos. Bye!